It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
How skillful he is and how mobile and well he moves at the height he is. That's something I definitely try to model my game after, because I think that's what makes him such a special player. He's an incredible player, so just being able to have this opportunity to play alongside him and learn from him every day, I'm super grateful for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to making the most of it.
Kyle Filipowski, second-round pick of the Utah Jazz, comparing his game to Lauri Markkanen's. There's no way they got a Lauri Markkanen in the second round, right?
There's no way they got a three-time MVP in the second round, right?
There it is. Hope for every second-round pick ever. The Joker. But seriously, they didn't do that, did they?
What, a guy who scored 0 points, had 0 rebounds, and 0 anything in the playoffs? Well, what a high bar that is.
NBA free agency started at 4 o'clock yesterday. Paul George making the biggest news overnight. 4 years, $212 million. He's going to the Philadelphia 76ers. Pair him with Embiid and Maxey, and what do you get? Conference finals, NBA finals, a championship. How far
what level
will they
of
go?
health can Embiid find himself at? Because I think that's been such an integral situation, level of importance regarding the ability of that team to reach what we think could possibly be its potential.
The most important single thing in the Philadelphia 76ers title chase.
Yeah.
Can Embiid go?
Because he's really good.
Yep.
Right? He's great. He's
so
probably as good as anybody in the league.
Is he out there at 80%?
Yeah.
Or is he not out there at all? If you hear either one of those things, their title odds drop like a rock. Even with Paul George showing up, that's still
right.
The
and we've
question.
been seeing this. Unfortunately, I mean, I'd love to see the guy being able to go all of them. I don't care who they are. Get to that time of year, you want the best players out there for sure, and he's really, really good. So tell me what his level of health is going to be, and, I think they would have an opportunity. But, as we saw with Phoenix, you just don't throw guys together, and away they go.
76ers also throwing together Kelly Oubre Jr., 2-year deal, $16 million. The other big money deals, James Harden gets 2 years and $70 million to stay with the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is still there, but what else will they do now that they've lost Paul George? The Orlando Magic adding Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, taking him away from the Denver Nuggets. Denver, who are they going to put around Jokic and Murray? Is Klay Thompson a possibility? And if so, how much is left in his tank? He's been linked to everybody. Magic, Mavs, Nuggets, Lakers, anybody else?
Now, that's the good thing with this is that the better the team that you go to, the less you have to have in the tank to be able to make a critical and important addition and contribution. Like he wouldn't, no point getting him in the Jazz, right? Because he's nearing the end. So he doesn't have nearly as much as he used to have. But what he has, he can help you. We saw that, I think it's a lesser example with Joe Johnson here locally several years back. He was clearly at the end. If they would have gotten him 3, 4, 5 years earlier, man, that would have been something. But nevertheless, they didn't, and he still made a contribution. The team was ready for somebody like him to be able to help them, and he did at a smaller level.
Golden State Warriors waived Chris Paul, so they didn't guarantee his $30 million salary for the year. He bounces back by quickly signing with the Spurs for 1 year and $11 million. Teach Victor Wembanyama a thing or two. Bring him along.
I think that's so overstated.
Gap filling. I know.
That's cliche.
I'm Chris Paul.
Teach him how to be a pro.
I'm Chris Paul. I'm 6 feet tall. What can I teach this 7'4" guy to play?
Been a pro for years.
Jonas Valanciunas gets 3 years with the Washington Wizards. If there's a spot for him in the league, why are we arguing about Zach Edey?
I'm not arguing about Zach Edey.
Other people are. You know what I'm getting at.
Right.
You and I are on the same page there. If Valanciunas can do
I
it,
converted
you got to
you?
be able to do it.
Nice.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk telling TMZ Sports he for sure wants to remain with the franchise, despite the reported stalemate on a contract extension. Aiyuk's entering the final year of his deal. Denver Broncos quarterback Zach Wilson got engaged over the weekend while on a trip to Italy.
We'll get to that later. Let's save that.
Okay. A couple made the announcement on social media.
I said let's save that.
Former number 1 NFL draft pick Jamarcus Russell fired as a volunteer assistant at his alma mater, Williamson High School in Mobile, Alabama, facing a lawsuit accusing him of taking a $74,000 check meant as a donation to the school. Local business owner wrote the check saying Russell approached him about a donation to help the football team purchase weight room equipment. The school allegedly never received the check. Russell reportedly deposited it in a credit union and promptly withdrew $55,000 of it. He's now banned from being on the school's campus.
So what's going to happen if he steps foot on? You're going to shoot him?
Well, he tried to attend a thing that apparently this past weekend was told he was not welcome.
And stay out. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
1-0. Judge drives it. Center field. Kiermaier back onto the track. Gives it a look at the wall. It is gone. Goodbye. It's 2-0 Bombers. Fly ball to deep right. Are you kidding me? Another grand slam. 7-1 Brewers on the 5th grand slam in the last 8 days.
The count is 1-0. Here comes Crook. A swing and a drive deep down the line and left. It's hooking at the foul pole. That ball is history. Wyatt Langford has hit for the cycle. It's a 3-run Jimmy Jack to finish it off. And the Rangers lead 11-2. How about that?
Highlights from around Major League Baseball. The Brewers beat the Cubs 7-1. Bruce Turang there with the 5th Grand Slam of the month, the 5th in 8 days. Aaron Judge, home run number 31. Yankees blow out the Blue Jays 8-1. And Wyatt Langford, the cycle, as Texas goes into Baltimore and the Rangers beat the Orioles 11-2. Speed, PK, a triple to left center. You don't see that every day. A double that would have been a single for most people, and he beat out an infield hit. Flying. Bees win twice. Beat the Albuquerque Isotopes in a game that was suspended Saturday because of weather. They win 13-2. Come back and win the regularly scheduled game 5-3. And they are in Tacoma tonight, 8 o'clock. You hear Tony Parks on the call right here on The Zone. DJ and PK.
Hashtag golf.
Heartbreak, PK. Akshay Bhatia. Bogeys 18 when a 5-foot par putt would have got him into a playoff. Started on the left edge, and it just curled around the right side of the hole. So that 3-putt on 18, he misses the playoff, and Cam Davis wins the Rocket Mortgage Classic at 18 under.
Yeah, we make a big deal about this in golf. It's like in other sports, guys fail all the time. You actually fail more than you succeed. But somehow in golf, when this happens, it's a big, big deal.
It was a 5-footer.
Yeah. Okay. Guys miss free throws, layups, dunks. But in this sport, if it happens, wow. It's like, oh, man, that's amazing. You know, we saw it with McElroy a couple weeks back. And now with this fella and listening to the Golf Channel and his failure. He missed a putt. It happens.
Camera gave us a great angle of it, too. He barely missed it. Had the right idea, but nonetheless.
I love when you work Sundays.
Patrick Fishburne, tied for 25th at 10 under par. DJ and PK.
Hashtag RSL.
Another long throw. Flicked on. And into the back of the net. A rescue. Jude Bellingham. It had to be him, didn't it? Amazing. Just amazing. Palmer to swing one end. Dubravka again is good at reaching those, isn't he? Ezra playing it back in. Kane! 2-1 England! All turned around! Harry Kane!
England beats Slovakia 2-1. The bike in stoppage time, 90+5, rescues England. They're almost knocked out, but now they're on to the quarterfinals.
Wait a second here. Hashtag RSL.
And then
England beats Slovakia?
Yep, that's what we just heard.
I don't give a crap about England or Slovakia, and neither does anybody driving to work this morning, except you two, because you try to be all things to all people. B, don't tell me RSL when it's England and Slovakia.
Soccer.
Outside of the guys and some gals, but it's 99% of the guys who served missions in those two countries, nobody cares. They don't.
Slovakian missionaries.
Right, they do, and so then they got to come back, and then they speak with the accent, and then they act like it's such a big adjustment, which I'm sure it is, but eventually they grow up and they get out of it, and then they don't care about that crap anymore. England and Slovakia soccer on my air? What are we doing here?
The United States men's national team faces Uruguay tonight, group play finale. They have to win to advance. Even if they win, they could get eliminated on goal differential. Big test for the U.S. tonight against Uruguay, 7 o'clock on FS1. The big news for RSL, the Athletic reporting Fidel Barajas, teenager, 18 years old now, 17 when he came to town, and they got him for $200,000, and now Chivas reportedly set to pay a little over $4 million from him. The deal's not done yet, but apparently very close. And the news for RSL fans is they can take that money and then turn it around and spend it on a player in the summer transfer window. Could help them win now.
When is the summer transfer window?
It's coming up. I think it's 2 weeks.
You think?
I do not have the specific date.
Man, what's wrong with you?
And the Utah Royals fired head coach Amy Rodriguez, reassigned team president Michelle Heinzig. She's going off to do a legal job for the Blitzer Group. They're in last place. There's 7 goals, fewest in the league by a pretty wide margin. The assistant coach has been promoted. Jimmy Conrad is the interim head coach now. And they'll try to figure things out. Don't make me say Jimmy's last name a second time. I may or may not have even been ballparked the first time. I'm certainly not taking another swing at it. Jimmy, and it's a media family.
He's only been in town for a week. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Who listening is going to know whether you pronounce it right or not?
DJ PK.
Hashtag NHL.
There's a lot of differences, free agency, the cap, but they're unique. I mean, there's bigger teams and smaller teams, and I think that is a big difference of how many people you have. Youth, definitely, NBA is a lot more star-focused. There's just a lot. Everything's different, but everything's also the same. You're still trying to build teams. You're still trying to build for the long term. The decisions you make today, tomorrow will always come, and those are the similarities that it comes with. I think we're going to see. I'm going to learn a lot other differences that are maybe there or not there, and so we're excited for the challenge.
Ryan Smith doing the media availability. You just heard in the last segment. You can get it wherever you get your podcast. You want to hear him talk more at the NHL draft in Las Vegas. Not only did the Utah Hockey Club end up making 11 selections in the draft, 2 in the first round, but draft day trades for Mikhail Sergachev, who won a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Expected to improve a defense, was in the bottom third of the league last year, and John Marino from the New Jersey Devils. So bringing in a couple veterans for some immediate help. We'll talk with Kyle Ireland, Utah Hockey Club insider for The Zone, about those moves, how much better they make the club. He's going to join us at 9 o'clock. Steve Cleveland, former BYU basketball coach, at 8 o'clock. The question of the day is next. What is trending? It's brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing.